Lesson 19, Section 5, Transportation in the North. Factory owners needed fast, inexpensive ways to deliver their goods to distant customers. And South Carolina Congressman John C. Calhoun had a solution. "Let us bind the Republic together," he said, "with a perfect system of roads and canals." Calhoun called such projects internal improvements. Internal means inside or within. Building better roads. In the early 1800s, most American roads were rutted bone shakers. In 1806, Congress funded the construction of a national road across the Appalachian Mountains. The purpose of this highway was to connect the new western states with the east. With its smooth gravel surface, the national road was a joy to travel. As popular as the national road was, in 1816, President James Monroe vetoed a bill that would have given states money to build more roads. Monroe later argued that spending federal money for a state's internal improvements was unconstitutional. Fast ships and canals. Even with better roads, river travel was typically still faster and easier than travel by land. However, moving upstream against a river's current was hard work. So inventors in both the United States and Europe experimented with boats powered by steam engines to solve this problem. In 1807, Robert Fulton showed that steamboats were practical by racing the steamboat Clermont upstream on New York's Hudson River. Said Fulton, "I overtook many boats and parted with them as if they had been at anchor." A farmer watching the strange craft from the shore shouted, "The devil is coming up the river in a blazing sawmill!" By the 1820s, smoke-belching steamboats were chugging up and down major rivers and across the Great Lakes. Of course, rivers weren't always located where people needed them. In 1817, the state of New York hired engineers and workers to build a 363-mile canal from the Hudson River to Lake Erie. The Erie Canal provided the first all-water link between farms on the Central Plains and East Coast cities. It was so successful that other states built canals as well. Overseas traders also needed faster ways to travel. Sailing ships sometimes took so long to cross the Pacific Ocean that the goods they carried spoiled. In the 1840s, new, sleek clipper ships cut ocean travel time and increased northern trade with foreign ports around the world. Traveling by rail. The future of transportation, however, lay not on water, but on rails. Perhaps inspired by the success of steamboats, inventors developed steam-powered locomotives. These trains traveled faster than steamboats and could go wherever tracks could be laid, even across mountains. So many railroad companies were laying tracks that by the 1840s, railroads were one of the North's biggest businesses. By 1860, more than 20,000 miles of rail linked northern factories to cities hundreds of miles away.